Whew. Well, enough of you guys probably have seen my videos enough to know what this place is, and for the ones that don't, we're at bear camp, baby. So today is the day before we hunt, and I'll give you a little rundown on what's going on with the baits and how we're gonna go about today. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna load up the bait. We're gonna go bait the baits. We're gonna go see what they look like. We freshened them up and laid some new bait on the ground yesterday. And the situation with the baits is it could be better and it could be worse. So what I'm dealing with right now is all three of the baits have been getting hit, but they're all a couple days. The hits are all a couple days apart and little to no daytime activity. I attribute a lot of that, well, pretty much all of that, to two different things. The pressure is insane and the acorns are dropping. So hopefully once these acorns lighten up, which I want to almost say we're in the peak of it or on the tail end of it, I hope. There's a good layer of them on the ground. You can hear them falling, so that'll shut you down real quick. But anyways, we're gonna just power through it. We're gonna hunt through it. We're gonna go load up some bait and some scent, and we're gonna just keep baiting. We're gonna cut back on the bait a little bit, experiment with it, and see if we can get some bears to start coming in during the day. But man, I can't wait. It's here, you know what I mean? You wait all year for this, you know. And once the baiting starts, it kind of scratches the itch. But man, I'm so pumped to be able to go sit on stand tomorrow. Let's go fill up some bags and go lay some bait down. Alright, what I've got here for bait, what I typically use are things that do well with water. So, I've got a little barrel of just pure nuts. I've got trail mix, and I've got candies, which is licorice and gummies and things like that all mixed together. And then I use cereal. I use cereal a lot because it's a good filler. And what I mean by filler is it's nice to have something in bulk where you can just lay a bunch of it down. It emits a really nice scent. You know, there's all kinds. There's grain kind and fruity. There's all different kinds of cereals. And it's super awesome if you've got long walk-in baits because it's super light. You can lay a lot of bait down and it's really light. But something it's horrible at is moisture. Cereal, if it gets any kind of moisture, whether it's morning dew, rain, your bait just turns into a mush and it ferments, and it still gives off a strong odor. But anyways, so that's what we're dealing with here. I am going to load up some burlap, and that's another thing. I really like burlap over 5-gallon buckets. I don't have anything that's liquid at all other than buckets of frosting and my spray scents, but they're all in containers. So I'll put this stuff in burlap bags. It's so much easier to throw them over your shoulders and carry them through the thick brush and all that to get to your baits. And you can get them for next to nothing at seed stores. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to load up our bags and go lay them down. give you the scoop here, what's going on. Bait's not hit. And acorns are killing me. I set the bait up the trail a little ways before I walked in, and because I was afraid of this. But you can see on the ground here, I mean, they're everywhere. These guys right here, they'll shut you down, and they are. I mean, just completely dried up. There's berries, acorns. It's unbelievable how much natural food there is right now. But the acorns are just, I mean, they're just, look at this, they're just everywhere. So, on a positive note, it can only get better. But we're just going to spray them up, re-scent them up a little bit, and just back out. It's, I think it's going to be a tough season. Just gotta keep on keeping on, one leg in front of the other. Well, I'm going to make myself a light dinner here. Had a late lunch. It's a little bit loud. I got the generator going. I've got a little small freezer that I framed on to the back of the cabin, and I run the freezer for a couple hours a day, and it keeps all my food and drinks and everything cold all day long. It's a sweet little system. But tomorrow's the big day. It's the opening of bear hunting. We can actually go and sit. Our baits have slowly gone down to just absolutely cold as ice, man. I mean, nothing's touching them. No hits at all last night, not even during the night. So I think I'm just gonna, I'm not sure, but as of now, I think I'm gonna choose to not go in tomorrow at all. And we'll just go in the afternoon to hunt. I'm not gonna bait. Just kind of give them their space, and we'll see what happens. The acorns are falling. I mean, just getting pelted here at camp, and I mean, it's not even windy and they're falling. There's a lot of natural food, lots of berries, so many mushrooms. The forest floor is just covered with mushrooms. It's going to be tough for a while. The pressure is really high, so I think as the week kind of progresses, hopefully it'll get better, and hopefully some of these acorns will go. I mean, one of the baits, the camp bait we were on, I mean, my gosh, it was just like having roller skates on, walking around in there. It was just nuts, just a layer of them right at the bait. So we're gonna get up tomorrow and ding around camp and have a nice lunch. And we did a little shooting today. We'll probably do some more shooting tomorrow, and we'll just go from there. The grind begins tomorrow. We love it, right? That's why we do this. If it were easy, everybody'd do it. Well, today is the big day. It is the opener of bear season, which also means bow hunting is here for the next 4 months throughout all the other seasons, which makes me so unbelievably happy down to my core. So what we're doing right now is I'm just kind of going over my pack, you know, lights, all different kinds of stuff, knives, and I've got a whole array of camera stuff to get ready. In a little while, I'm gonna get the generator fired up and plug all the batteries in, get everything charged up, and just kind of slowly go over our stuff. And we'll probably take a few practice shots, and then just kind of see what time it is, and just slowly get our stuff together and be on the stand by early afternoon. I'm not in a super big rush because the bears are mainly at night right now, and there's a couple little right at last light, so we're just going to kind of play it by ear. I think these first few days are going to be a little rough, but all you can do is just grind it out and hope for the best, man. It's bow hunting. Anything can happen at any time. So we're going to finish getting this stuff ready and take a few shots, and we'll see you in the stand. Yes! Alright, we're going to do a little shooting here, a little practice. And something I want to share with you is, if you really want to be good in hunting, real world hunting scenarios with your archery gear, is practice as real as you possibly can. This target, it was a TV box that I got, and I drew a bear on it and painted it up and shot it. I just put whatever target you want behind it. I've got the stand set up right here in camp. I'm about 19 yards, 18, 19 yards, and that's generally what I am with my compound sets on my stations. So this is as close to the real deal as I can possibly get. And the reason I like shooting targets like this is it trains you to pick a spot on an animal. You know, you're so used to shooting a target with a bullseye, you know, a point of reference for your aiming. Well, animals don't have bullseyes painted on them, and it's, you know, and especially shooting traditional, you really learn that. You really, you know, that aiming point is something that you really need to do. Is you need to literally pick one tiny little spot on an animal that trains your eye to do that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to crawl up in the stand, and we're going to let a few fly of this real world scenario training. So here goes nothing. Well, I think I kind of got everything squared away here. Just kind of wanted to tell everybody before we wash all up and get ready for the hunt. I couldn't do this without everybody. I couldn't do this without all your support, all your feedback. I'm about to embark on the journey, man. This is the journal. Just really appreciate everybody watching and being with me. Means a lot to me. And I don't know, just kind of had a mushy moment, I guess. Felt like saying thank you, and I appreciate you guys. We're gonna get washed up and get ready to rock. So good to be on stand with the bow, just chilling up in a tree, man. It's been a long time coming. Good news is the bait did get hit yesterday or last night or whenever, since I'd been in here last. I decided not to come in here yesterday. And it's open from the backside. It's not completely creamed and wiped out. A bear opened it from the backside, so hopefully he'll come back in tonight and finish it off. Oh, I'm just so pumped to be up here. I'm gonna get some makeup on, get everything situated, and hunker down and watch the show. Probably squash a few mosquitoes along the way. Can't wait. Love it. Well, there's lots of wildlife out. Lots of birds, different kinds of woodpeckers, all kinds of chipmunks. There's even a porcupine on the bait already, which is good. Things are up and moving. It's like 4:30. I'm grabbing a little snack myself. If you take peanuts and mix them with candy corn, tastes like a salted nut roll. Super good. This is awesome. That happened quick. The light was, my camera light was really getting low. It's still plenty early. There's just a really thick canopy. And it gets dark in here real quick. I'm in a little, just a thicket. And that bear came in. And he got around one of my upright trees that I've got the crib stacked against. And he got a little funny. I don't know if the wind swirled or something. And as soon as I shot, he kind of twisted. And I hit him high. And I got him in the spine. And I got another arrow in him right away. And he's only 15 yards behind the bait. He's done. First day. Yeah, baby. I can't believe it. I think I've only killed on the first day one other time. We're gonna slowly pack up and get our lights on and get everything ready and get down there and get our hands on them. Yes. Shut my light off. Well, here he is. Oh, nice bear, nice boar. He's not a big tank like my longbow bear was last year, but man, with it being as tough as I predict it being this year, man, I'm super tickled with him. It's funny how fast that can happen, you know. Baits have gone cold and they're real sporadic at night, getting hit, and real light hits, and so much natural food this year. I mean, I've never seen it this bad, but man, what an awesome! I could just I'm almost speechless, man. And that never happens. Y'all know that. It's just unbelievable. Like I said, I think I've only killed the first day one other time. I'm so friggin' happy right now. This is unbelievable. Golly. Just love these things. I mean, there wasn't much of a track job to take you along with. I mean, I'm, 10, 15 yards from the crib, and he didn't go far. I mean, it was a heck of a nice shot. I got his spine, and the follow-up shot was right on the money. And man, I'm so unbelievably blessed to have experiences like this and to be able to share them with you guys. And golly, I just live for this. I just absolutely live for it. What a beautiful, beautiful critter. Golly. Well, we're gonna have to get him gutted out, probably take a few photos, and get him pulled back to the wheeler and haul him back to camp. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I just love bow hunting. Golly. Well, we're getting packed up, getting everything all loaded up and hauling my leftover bait and all that stuff back home, taking camp down. The worst part about a hunt is leaving, whether you're successful or not. But just kind of in conclusion, every time you go on an adventure, a journey, whatever you want to call it, whenever you have an outdoor experience, try to walk away with something. Whether it be an educational, informational deal, a new relationship that you've made, just try to walk away with something. I mean, every time you do something, your life just gets a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit richer. And really, it's all about the connections we make. It's all about the memories that we get to take with us. And man, I couldn't be more happy the way this turned out. It was quick. It was a long baiting season. It was almost a week longer this year, and it was the toughest baiting season I've ever had, or right up there. So much natural food. I think between all three of my bait stations, I only had a handful, and I mean a small handful, of daylight shooting hour pictures of bears throughout the 3 weeks. So I was prepared to go into this for this to be a long grind, and man, it wasn't a record book bear by any means, but man, I'll tell you what, I am so happy with him. Cool little blaze on his chest, a nice younger boar. Man, I'm super pumped. I went back and forth about either doing the longbow or the compound, and I actually got a new compound and a new longbow this spring, so I was kind of itching to use both of them, and I had said that I'll let the bears dictate which one I use, and that's why I went with the compound, so I could set off the baits a little bit farther too, because the bears were so just sketchy coming into baits with all the pressure and all the food. The hits were real soft hits, but anyways, I'm super grateful. I always meet some really awesome people, a few not so awesome people along the way, but without bad there'd be no good. And yeah, I guess that's kind of where I'm going with this, is just enjoy yourself and expect the unexpected. I'm Joshua John Wells, and this is Minnesota Outdoor Journal. We're hitting the road. That car sucked. And I'm just kind of mumbling, and I don't know what I'm saying. Stupid. This just makes me ecstatic. Ecstatic.
Is that?
Oh, no. Stupid. Today? Ah, jeez, come on. Enough with that.